Yo, what is good, YouTube? Krishan checking back in with another video. So in today's video, we will be reviewing the 1999 Mr. Olympia. If you're watching this video, go ahead and drop a like and drop an early sub as well, guys. This is going to be a great video. So I'm not reviewing this because I think anyone other than Ronnie Coleman should have won. But honestly, if you guys don't know, I got into the sport right before Big Ronnie won his first Mr. Olympia. And I didn't start covering bodybuilding until the 2021 Chicago Pro. So this is kind of a history lesson for me as well, guys. I know of these competitions, but this is going to be like my first time going through the pictures. So we're not going to do too much of a comparison, more of a review, and we're just going to actually enjoy the 1999 Mr. Olympia. So this was your top three from the 1999 Mr. Olympia. The King, Ronnie Coleman; second place, Flex Wheeler; and third place was Chris Cormier. And in his front relax, guys, look at Ronnie's chest. Chris Cormier also has a great chest. It's huge, but he doesn't have the same level of mass that Ronnie Coleman has, man. Ronnie is just a freak, man. And Flex Wheeler, symmetry, just a completely beautiful physique, man. One of the most perfect physiques to ever grace the stage. Incredible. And we have another front relax as well, just going to be Ronnie and Flex. So we have a couple of photos that are mostly the top three. I think we have every pose for the top three, and then we have a couple of two-man comparisons between the top two. And Ronnie is just freaky, man. He's just on another level. Look at the separation in the legs. Look at the striations in the chest and the front relax. I don't believe I've seen anyone else with striations in the pecs in a front relax pose, but Flex definitely has a prettier look and a prettier shape, but this is a bodybuilding show, guys. Front double bicep pose. Ronnie Coleman, man. Look at the guns on Ronnie Coleman, the arms. Look at the huge legs. I think Chris Cormier could be posing this a little better than what he is. Maybe if his legs was a little closer together, but maybe he did that to try to create more size. Flex Wheeler looks incredible, guys. Could be maybe a little harder through the midsection. Amazing separation in the legs as well, but I personally like Flex Moore's overall look. Like I said, he's very pretty, but Ronnie is just huge and freaky. Front lat spread is just knockout pose for Ronnie King Coleman. I actually wonder where Ronnie Coleman's front lat spread ranks all time. Probably pretty high. Flex Wheeler, great lat spread, and Flex was actually known for being quite narrow, but he pulls off a good lat spread. Chris Cormier looks good as well, but he doesn't have the same level of detail as Flex Wheeler or Ronnie Coleman, specifically in the upper body. But all of these guys look incredible and a higher level of conditioning than we have seen in a couple of recent bodybuilding shows. But this year, actually, I have to say, so far in the 2022 season, these athletes has been coming in very conditioned. And a two-man comparison between Ronnie Coleman and Flex Wheeler. Look at the width on Ronnie Coleman, man. Flex seems to be a little more detailed in this shot, but the width on Ronnie Coleman is just next level. Side chest pose. Ronnie Coleman is just destruction, guys. Complete destruction. Just look at all of this slabs of muscle, the shoulders, the chest. And Ronnie actually isn't even executing his pose to the best of his ability. This could be executed a lot better, and he still looks like a freak. Look at the side leg. He isn't even really squatting down and trying to create more of an illusion, and he just looks like a freak. But I see those striated glutes that Flex Wheeler has a little bit, and Flex was known for not having the most striations in his glutes. And this isn't a very good photo, guys, but it is a historical one, so I want to share it. And Ronnie is just freaky. The chest, just freaky, man. 3D. Taking a look at the back double bicep pose, and everyone knows once Ronnie turns to the back, I mean, it's game over, man. Flex looked like he may not be all the way into this pose, and as you guys can see here, his glutes look a little soft. But in the side chest, we could see that they were striated, so maybe Flex just had a hard time connecting with his glutes on stage. Who knows? Chris Cormier looks good in this pose as well, but doesn't seem to be as hard in the lower half as Ronnie Coleman. Ronnie just has those crazy, freaky glutes. Weird shape on them, but just incredible. So thick and just massive. Real lat spread, and this really shows like Flex Wheeler's narrowness. The lat spreads are always going to be harder for a narrow guy like Phil Heath as well. Chris Cormier actually looks pretty good in the back, maybe matching Ronnie Coleman. Now Ronnie leans forward a lot in his real lat spread like Dexter Jackson does, and Chris Cormier is more so leaning back. I think once you lean back, it looks a little better, But when Ronnie leans forward, I think it shows a lot more trap. But Ronnie still takes this pose, of course. But Chris Cormier has an incredible back. Side tricep pose. Look at Flex Wheeler, man. And Ronnie Coleman was known for not having the best side tricep pose. I believe Gustavo Bedell beat him in the side tricep challenge round, maybe 2004, 2005. I'm not exactly sure about that. I may have to look back into that. But Ronnie was never able to really execute this pose properly. And Flex Wheeler is just taking them both to school. Chris Cormier looks to be a little outmassed in his side tricep shot. And just another historical photo, guys. But here you can see the mass of Ronnie Coleman, a lot bigger than Flex Wheeler. But Ronnie was just never able to execute this pose, honestly, in a good manner. Lee Priest was never able to pull off a side tricep as well. Both of those guys having amazing arms and never able to pull off a good side tricep. Another historical photo, ab and thigh is not a great pose for Ronnie Coleman, of course. Flex Wheeler, man. Look at the serratus. Look at the serratus on Ronnie Coleman as well, but I have to respect Chris Cormier for hitting this shot straight on, so I would give it to Chris Cormier. Look at the lat flare. Look at the V-taper that Chris is carving out. Another historical photo, guys. Most muscular shot between Flex Wheeler, Ronnie Coleman, and Flex, man. Looks like something out of a cartoon. This doesn't even look real. And honestly, making this video gave me even more appreciation for Flex Wheeler, man. This is... Being a little kid seeing this, I would definitely want to be a bodybuilder. This is just incredible. And Ronnie, huge, freaky, not necessarily all the way into this pose. So now we pretty much get into just like the miscellaneous photos, a bunch of great photos from this competition. And we'll actually be going through a lot of ab and thigh shots of Shawn Ray comparisons, Kevin Levrone. This is an amazing shot as well. Just look at the size of Ronnie Coleman. Look at the arms on Kevin Levrone. Now, we also had guys like Marcus Rule, Dexter Jackson, Milos Sarchev in his lineup. Marcus Rule placed 12th, but he was actually disqualified. I'm not sure why. Dexter Jackson placed 9th in his lineup, and Milos Sarchev actually placed 10th. And looking at a lot of these photos, I do think some of these lower placings could be a little arguable, guys, but I'm not going to argue about them. Dexter was in 9th. Paul Dillette actually just starting from 4th. Kevin Levrone was 4th. Shawn Ray 5th. Nasser was 6th. Paul Dillette 7th. Lee Priest 8th. Dexter Jackson 9th. Milos 10th. Marcus Rule 12th. And Jay Cutler was 14th. I did miss a couple names, guys, but I just want to pretty much hit the most notable guys. So Marcus Rule looks like a freak here, man. But of course, Flex Wheeler isn't into the pose. And Marcus Rule was always huge, but people always knocked him, because he didn't necessarily have the best structure. And this is a shot of Shawn Ray versus Chris Cormier in the ab and thigh. And I have no idea. They actually have a lot of comparisons of Shawn Ray hitting abs and thighs against these guys, which is not fair to a lot of these guys because Shawn Ray has one of the best ab and thigh of all time, maybe the best. I haven't actually looked into that. Maybe I need to. So we're actually going to go through a couple of ab and thigh shots because it was a lot of them from this competition. And this is Nasser, Shawn Ray, and Kevin Levrone. Going through these pictures, it seems like Shawn Ray could have possibly placed ahead of Kevin in his competition. But Kevin did have the same level of conditioning, if not harder, and Kevin was bigger. I just think Shawn had a prettier shape in his lineup. Once again, another ab and thigh shot. So many of these ab and thighs, guys. And I promise I'm not just hand-picking pictures of Shawn Ray. I pretty much just took all of the best pictures that I could find from this competition. And there were a lot of ab and thigh shots. And Shawn Ray usually shines. But Kevin Levrone looks incredible as well. And Nasser looks hard as nails. Side tricep pose. Isn't the best angle for Nasser. Shawn Ray looks incredible, of course. Kevin Levrone as well. Kevin just doesn't seem to have a lot of detail in his leg. But once again, this isn't a good angle for anyone other than Shawn Ray in all honesty. So I have to mention that. And we're going to take a look at a back double bicep comparison between these guys. Doesn't seem like Shawn is all the way into this pose. But as I told you guys, take a look at Kevin Levrone's glutes and hamstrings. He is in just as good of condition as Shawn Ray, if not better. Nasser also is in great condition, but he isn't flexing his right leg, which makes his whole right leg look soft. But if you guys take a look at the left leg, hamstrings, glutes, striated, and this, of course, isn't the best angle, but... And from pictures, I actually just put up a recent video of my favorite physique of all time, which was Shawn Ray. And from pictures, Shawn Ray actually didn't look the best in 99, as you guys can see here. I think the pictures of him look better from 94 or 1996, but the opposing routine from 99 was definitely my favorite by Shawn Ray by far. And then here we have another comparison of Ronnie Coleman, Dexter Jackson, and Flex Wheeler. All look incredible here, guys. Ronnie, huge, mass monster. Flex just has everything, almost like a perfect bodybuilder almost. Dexter is great as well, just kind of like a smaller version of, I guess, almost like both of these guys in a way. But as you guys know, Dexter would go on to win a Mr. Olympia title, and Flex never won a Mr. Olympia. And for the people in their era, that was like if you told them that Flex would never win an Olympia, you were crazy. Comparison between Paul Dillett and Milos Sarchev, and Paul looks to be not sure what Paul looks to be doing, but Milos is ready. Milos is in the pose. He looks incredible. If Milos was ever able to bring his arms up, I know he experimented a lot with it, but if he was ever able to bring his arms up naturally, he may have been able to place a lot higher. He had a very incredible physique. And another one of my favorite bodybuilders, probably my second favorite bodybuilder of all time, Lee Priest, the Giant Killer. Lee placed 8th in his lineup. And when I was saying some things about this may be arguable, I think Lee Priest in 8th and Dexter Jackson in 9th could have placed ahead of Paul Dillett in 7th. But that's just me personally kind of going through these pictures, guys. And of course, I wasn't here. So it's pretty much going to be the wrap up for this. Kind of just wanted to review the whole show. But last but not least, guys, Jay Cutler, the cut man. Jay Cutler placed 14th in this lineup, guys. And I'm pretty sure we all know what Jay ended up doing. So if you guys want to see more Mr. Olympia revisited comparisons, maybe even the 2000, more so when Jay Cutler started to shine, because this is very incredible, because in 1999, Jay Cutler was 14th. And we all know after that, him and Ronnie Coleman were dancing every year until Jay ended up getting the best of him. I believe, was that 2006, maybe 2007? Yeah, 2006 maybe. But I hope you guys did indeed enjoy this video, man. Finishing up, we're going to take just a look at Flex Wheeler and Ronnie Coleman. I compiled these two picture collages of them. Flex Wheeler, man, incredible. One of the most perfect physiques of all time. Flex Wheeler and Phil Heath are pretty much like the epitome of like bodybuilding to me personally. Ronnie is incredible. He's a freak mass monster during this as well. But as far as just being complete and being pleasing to the eye, Flex Wheeler and Phil Heath are probably two of the best to do that. And of course, I respected Flex Wheeler a lot before this video, but even more now. I like this 1999 version of Flex when he was a little bigger. A lot of people prefer his earlier version when he was a lot smaller. And Ronnie the King Coleman, man, I mean, I don't really know what much I can say. A lot of people feel like 1999 is his best version. Some people like 98 better, but I believe Ronnie had Gyno in 98. But Ronnie is one of the greatest bodybuilders of all time. The greatest bodybuilder of all time, actually. Just completely changed the game, guys. Mass and conditioning. Regardless how good you look, man, you could be Shawn Ray, Jay Cutler, Chris Cormier, Lee Priest, all of these guys, incredible legends. But Ronnie Coleman, 260, 270, 280, 300 pounds, shredded, man. It's a bodybuilding show at the end of the day. Definitely the best to do it, guys. Definitely the best to do it. My personal favorite physique, I actually would probably like Phil a little more just because he's a little more pleasing to the eye. But Phil and Ronnie on stage, man, Ronnie would beat him every time. Once again, I hope you guys did indeed enjoy this video, man. If you want to see any more competitions revisited, put them in the comment section below. Like, comment, sub to the channel. It's free. Take advantage of everything that's free, guys. Like, subbing to the channel. I'm out.